Hey everybody,
I'm Caleb.
I'm Sam,
And I'm Will.
and we are Working Title Shield Wall! Oh, betrayed? What the hell?
Viking way.
Guys,
Wrong way. That's my bit. You can't take that.
guys, we're back for another episode of VINLAND SAGA! Episode 2, Kettle's Farm. Last on, Einar was put into slavery and his willpower carried through. He was taken in by a somewhat kind man so far and is now on a farm that happens to be where Thorfinn is. What? We'll see how this turnout goes, but first of all, you have to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to stick around for Vinland content, because your boy's gonna be here till the show wraps in like 5 years, hopefully. Check out the Patreon. We got Cyberpunk, we got Death Note, and maybe some other stuff heading in the future. Keep an eye out. But for now, we're gonna punch it.
Bow! Oh, actually, I want to jam to this. I haven't listened to this since the first time. This might be my favorite intro of the year.
Hell yeah. I could get behind that opinion.
His dark soul.
Well, we'll see if it changes.
Or at least 2023. 2023, this might be my favorite for the rest of the year.
That drop was just so dirty.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Let's go!
This feels like a James Bond opening.
Yeah.
It reminds me of James Bond.
Spyfall. Skyfall? Not Spyfall.
You say Spyfall for
Every
everything.
time.
I do.
Everything spiralated is instantly Spyfall.
It's true.
Einar, Thorfinn, 今日からお前たちは友人だ。
Friends. Besties. The blank stare.
さあ挨拶しろ。お前たちに同じ仕事を与える。協力するんだぞ。よろしく、トルフィン。どうも。
どうも。
エイナル、ここが何に見える？
Trees.
森ですか？違うな。
The land of opportunity.
I was gonna say, yeah.
未
Opportunity.
来の小麦畑だ。
Get rid of every tree.
この森はわしの所有物だ。これをお前たち二人に貸してやろう。貸す？一切任せる。この土地を買い込む、運用し収穫を上げろ。
And reap the
わしは
harvest.
正しい値段で買い上げる。
Oh wow, so he's a good
お
guy.
前たちの値段が上回ったら、自分で自分を買い取れ。
Okay.
Buy yourself free.
分で自分をってつまり自由になれるってことですか？
そうだ。自分の力と正しい手続きで自由になれ。お前たちの頑張り次第では、3年以内にそうなることもあり得るぞ。
Honestly, he probably does that so that legally he can buy slaves and then get them out without him getting put in danger.
Or this is a scam and he's manipulating them.
That's also true.
Hopefully not.
ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
I'm gullible.
Thorfinn just
困った
doesn't
ことや聞きたいことがあれば、このパテールに聞く
seem
がいい。
enthused.
トルフィン、エイナルによくしてやるんだぞ。いいな。
They have to clear this whole forest? That's crazy. Yep.
Turn it to a wheat farm.
なあ、ちょっと待てよ。俺北イングランドの生まれなんだ。君は？
Dang.
Come on, man. Say something.
Iceland.
アイスランドか。
What the hell is an Iceland?
もうかなり来てるじゃないか。あとどれくらいなんだ？
Everything. You go.
こっち側全部だ。
川からこっち側。
Yeah, dude. Like this
It's a lot of trees, bro.
Yeah, look at how like
まだ
that's what I'm saying. Like imagine clearing this with just 2 people. That's insane.
Strength training 101.
Fox.
This has to make you so bloody strong. Einar already does this, right?
あれ
You haven't learned
No, he was a
before.
farm. He didn't. He was just a farmer. He didn't clear the woods.
But maybe he'll do the farming.
Yeah.
Thorfinn will do the everything else.
He told you to observe.
早いとこ自由になりたいからな。悪いか。
それならもう少し離れた気が。それと。
なあ、ここの広飯はどうなってんだ。
あるよ。
We get them. They're not
Whatever you find.
取りに行くのか。どっかにか。
いや、そろそろ奉公人が持ってくる。
お、飯だ。そうだ
I
ね。
thought you
This
guys were
guy.
gonna be assholes.
Einar, come on, dude.
じゃあ今夜あたり行ってみるか。ああ、行け行け。行って振られて
He'll get rejected.
ないっすよ。あれじゃねえか、新入りってのは。
ああ、
He's so happy looking.
I'm really
can't.
Look at that stupid face.
Oh.
どうも、私は。
ああ、知ってる。聞いてるよ。
One bread.
Oh, dude, that he took a bite of that.
弁当だ、お前らの。
One bread, one cheese.
これは。だから弁当。こんだけ。なんだ、文句あんのか、おい。いや、文句っていうか。これ2人分かよ。食えるだけマシなお前らに自由民の俺たちがわざわざ弁当を届けてやったんだ。まずは礼だろ。
So they're free. I was like, how do they still look like they're in shape?
こいつは。俺言ってみろ。ありがとうございますってよ。
Say it. Just do it. Don't start a fight.
なんだその目は。てめえ。
いただきます。どうもありがとうございます。
Wow.
トルフィン、そいつに礼儀を教えとけよ。あと馬、怪我させんじゃねえぞ。
はい。
Either Thorfinn has matured tremendously or he's been broken without repair.
Tremendously.
Yeah, either one.
Probably a mix of both.
エイナル、後ろから押してくれ。
これあいつらの仕事じゃないのか。普通奴隷に馬を扱わせたりしないだろ。しかもこんなしけた馬一頭。
The thing's so dopey looking. Leave him alone.
It is massive.
Dying. He is on the last legs of his life. Bro.
That's why Thorfinn's doing all the heavy lifting. The horse is like barely
Damn. You need Jean Valjean up in this house.
エイナル、前を持ち上げてくれ。
わかった。
Come on, you muscle man.
Use your posterior chain.
あいつら絶対許せねえ。俺の昼飯食いやがって。
They, my
おぼにて
so
自
hungry.
分の畑がないから旦那の塩にやるしかねえ連中だろ。
Jeez, man.
あ
Ugh.
そんなもんお前
He looks
半
like he's
分
built
奴隷
like
みたいなもんじゃねえか。
Popeye.
俺らをいじめ
Big
て
forearms.
自分たちより下がいるってことを確かめてるんだぜ。
Wow. look at that.
Yeah.
ああ、トルフィン、お前もそう思うだろ。
さあ、どうでもいいよ、そんなこと。
俺たちは旦那の財産なんだぞ。奉公人なんかがこき使っていいわけがねえ。
やめとけ。嫌がらせがひどくなるだけだ。
お前な、そんなんでいいのかよ。
エイナル、トルフィン。
旦那様。
どうだエイナル。一日過ごしてみた感想は。
Will you talk?
報告が。
やめろ。
黙ってろ。報告があります。
I might have to
今
learn
日
the
こ
hard
ちらの
way.
方向に行こう。
I didn't even see that.
They're awesome. I love those guys. They're cool.
It's like I don't want to get killed now.
どうしたエイナル王国とやらは
Oh,
おかしなやつだ何もないならわしは行くぞ
Then I'm leaving.
this weirdo. Just stop talking mid-track.
Hey, he saw the girl of his dreams.
I know, I'm just thinking of it from the guy's perspective. What the hell is wrong with this big ass man?
And that's what she was thinking too.
Yeah.
Why do they not have eyes or mouth?
エイナル王国はいいのか
Love hit me. Don't want to talk about it.
I saw a baddie and I just shut up. Shut up, man. That's it. That's the episode.
Don't trick me again.
This episode was they pushed a tree a couple feet.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
It's pretty sick. It looks really pretty. Boy, do I love farming.
It's great. I get to learn about how agriculture works, how the farms work. All things that are totally useful in my city life.
お水だよ泉から汲んできたばかりだよ冷たいよ
こっちに一杯送れ
あ急速
Oh, jeez.
Are these children slaves? What is this?
No, this
Or
is
just
like
farm
It
workers.
seems like the family.
はいどうぞ
Okay, so
He's
everybody-
working too.
everybody's chipping in.
深い方の泉まで行ったんだよ
And that's the guy who was a slave too, who's still staying on the
生
farm.
き返るようだありがとうな
Potter.
どういたしまして
Potter. What's his name?
Pater.
Pater.
さあみんな
Pieter.
もうひと踏ん張りだここは昼までに片付けよう
Hey, well at least not every day's tree day.
働くんだな
Master's
お金持ちは働かないもんだと思ってたよまた
And those are the guys, right? The ones who were just bullying him? Long-haired over there?
変わりないのにな
Danish Ramblers don't have to see when they're working.
ああこら違う違う何度も言わせるなオールマル
んだよ言われた通りやってんじゃねえか
He's
手
very
柄
intro.
を使え前にも教えただろ
枯れりゃいいんだろ枯れりゃよ
なそんなことで人の上に立つ人間が
はいはいはい膝下ねわかりましたよ
うわ
Whoa! Baka!
旦那のこのオルマルだ
The Master's son.
親子かああやってらんねえたまにおとなしく手伝ってやりゃ細けえこと
I think he's like a JoJo character.
He's
ああ
weird.
やめたやろうと思
He's
って
certainly a little out of the aesthetic of the show.
てめえのいねえとこだよそうやし
お前は
Rebellious
父
son.
の王女を継ぐんだぞもう少し自覚を持て
俺がいつ連れてくれって頼んだよ
I'm going with adventure.
Ungrateful.
男がちまちまちまちまちまちまちまちま漏らし事やってないん
ちまちま
だ
He said that like 6 times.
I don't know what that means.
He can't even lift
Nice,
it.
dude. Nice.
What a... Wow, what a cool guy.
ねえ何やってるの
He's dancing with a sword.
何かな
He's scratching his back.
He can't. He can't.
That's why
Look at his face.
sheath on the back of
Has in the back, has no.
but also is like impractical.
Oh, Lord.
It's usually on the hip.
Yeah.
Smart, it would be on the hip.
俺はイングランドに
He's not Geralt.
近いうちに必ずな
You're all built different, I think.
He's got the stretch
こ
and
ん
the
など
reach.
田舎で一生終わってたまるかよクルート王帝殿下の軍団に加わってバシバシ手柄を上げてやるぜ
Canute. Do not hurt that. Yeah, you can't. You can't even, loser.
Whiffed.
Don't try it again.
I see the opening thread. No, I don't.
若様
Sir.
近いうちって
Oh
い
no.
つ
Yeah, he's definitely
近いう
circling
ちの
around.
近いうちだそのうちハラルド王が援軍の船を招集するはずだ
Nope.
私若様はここを継いだ方がいいと思うな
He's like, oh, people care about me. That's weird.
ねえ来てもう一回
Hey, what?
Yes, yes.
What? Get the... Ew! No, bro! Ew!
バカ様におしゃべり
Ew, dude!
Dave, バカをやめとけ。2回戦目に入る。
あらま
This will benefit our family if we're in the graces of the household.
Yo, shut up. Round 2 started, guys. They're just standing at the door waiting.
Told you. Yeah.
This will be our family's future.
このまま若様が通い続けてくだされば
Bro, these guys are wild.
うるせえボケ。てめえらの魂胆は分かってんだよ。ケティル一族と親戚になりゃ贅沢できるってか。そのような方は決して。
This guy's eyes. He just runs away from everything.
Every last one. That was no intention, I swear. Oh,
That's so sad. It's so twisted, man.
どいつもこいつも俺は俺だ。親父のおまけじゃねえ。さあ居心地悪いな。
This farm is crazy.
若様。
They just lit.
若様。
Yeah, man! What's up, gang?
何してんすか。ヨガっては危ないっすよ。危ねえ。
So dangerous.
こそ何やってんだ。今そっち行きますね。ほら。
Secret tunnel.
Same vibes.
怒られちゃうからさ。
Where's the liquor?
いやってなん
I feel like we need to match the energy.
いやってや
Third episode.
I got work tomorrow.
おい、馬の口取るんじゃねえよ。いいからいいから飲み直そうね、飲み直そう。今夜は語り明かそう若様。
All night.
セッションの悩み聞こうじゃないの。ふざけんな。帰るぞ俺は。話せ。
Yet he still follows along.
Yeah,
got
he's like,
no
what?
control.
He's gotta go this way. It's only one path.
Yeah.
Hop off the horse and run through the wheat.
戦士がかっこいいもんだと思い込んでんだろ。戦争するやつはみんなけなものだ。
Facts.
昔俺の住んでた村に2度兵隊が来た。イングランド王の軍勢に村中の家を焼かれた。
I wonder.
親父は戦ったけど殺されちまった。次に来たのがデーン人の軍勢だ。
The Danes.
イングランド王の悪性から救ってやるとか抜かして役立つの限りを尽くしてきやがった。あいつらは人の皮をかぶったけなものだ。なあ、トルフィン眠ったのか。
Yeah, he is. Wink. He witnessed.
Oh my gosh, was that the one?
Maybe.
Like episode 4 or something? 5? Damn, dude.
Thorfinn feels like the Forrest Gump of this universe. He's just at every horrible event a character's gonna bring up. Yeah, my village was ransacked by violent Vikings, and then Thorfinn's like asleep by a tree, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was there.
That was there too.
That was me.
Askeladd broke my arm when I took a nap.
My mom got shot by an arrow. Oh, that was mine. I
That
shot
was
by
my
accident.
I threw an arrow really hard.
Last season's shot.
Lord is being dropped right now.
Yeah, I feel like the outro song sounds a lot like Toto's Africa. That's how this song is, and then it's like da 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 da. I don't know. I feel like I could like blend it on GarageBand or something. I don't know.
Combine them.
That like old school like
Garage.
music remix. Well, guys, that was episode 2 of VINLAND Saga, Kettle's Farm. Exciting stuff. I'm hyped.
Pushed a tree.
I'm actually hyped. This is exciting.
I'm so happy.
You know, I should have started. I
so
forgot
happy.
to mention Adam will not be with us anymore for Vinland. I should have said that at the beginning.
You can't have to pause with that. He will not be with us anymore for Vinland.
Sorry, guys.
For Vinland.
Adam's
For
no
Vinland
longer
Saga.
with us.
No.
Huh?
For Vinland
Oh,
Saga.
sorry.
He decided he wasn't super interested, which I think you guys knew from the first episode. So just to start that off, if anyone has questions, just let them know in the comments. That's what's happening. But as for this episode, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
The farmer arc, I'm down for. I think it's interesting to learn a thing or two about a completely different world from the one we live in.
Agriculture.
We're city boys, so.
City boys.
And while we do have a occasional desire to go off into the woods, and
It's short-lived.
it's short-lived. It's more
like
of a
3
weekend
days.
event.
Yeah.
Mine's like 6 hours at most.
No, we've gone longer than that, but
Beach doesn't count. That's
No.
still near your
okay.
house.
Then I'll speak for ourselves.
Yeah.
We've
We've
done it
we've
before.
gone camping like hundreds of times at this point.
I've
But
never been camping.
really, we'll
He's-
have to do that. Working title vlog camping
Camping.
edition. We'll do it.
Caleb dies while camping.
We just have a
Gamers
picture-
react to the woods.
Gamers reacting to outdoors.
Gamers trying
Chronically
farming.
online gamer goes outside first time.
Terminally online Discord user is outside. For the
Oh,
first
come on. I don't even use Discord.
I would like to start off talking about what is the master's name?
Kettle.
Kettle? Oh,
Yeah.
that's his first name?
I guess.
Or last
That's the
name?
only name
Master
they gave us.
Kettle.
It says in the description, Danish landowner Kettle.
Kettle. Okay. I'm liking his vibe. I had said in the intro that I thought he was a little bit more of a gentle individual rather than what I would expect from your
Typical
slave owner.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that in the first episode. It wasn't until the post edit where I was just kind of listening to some of the things he said that we talked over, and I brought up to Caleb like the mannerisms that he carries compared to like
All
Yeah.
the other slave owners.
yeah, like
that
he
you see.
like one of the first things he said was more like, "Hey, are you up for going and working at a farm?" And I don't know if it would matter. I don't know if it would matter what the answer is, but hey, he might be the type of guy who's like, okay, this guy's not willing to commit. I'm gonna go find somebody who feels more physically equipped for the job. That's very early and optimistic, speaking on behalf of the guy, to be honest, because we don't know a whole lot about him. I'm just going off of the first and right now the second episode. But like and I also said when they had got to like the land, he was really excited to show Einar like the settlement. Like it was really exciting for him to bring somebody else, like a new family member.
Yeah.
And it was more like inclusive rather than like you're just an object to me.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like I want you to meet the gang. I know all their names. This episode it kind of speaks for itself. He's working himself. It comes off as I don't want to talk about another film as a comparison, but kind of like a person who's rather than the typical desiring person who likes this type of lifestyle, somebody who's like born into it and trying to make it work to benefit more than just his family, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like they're born into a bad civilization and they're trying to make it work for more than just the people who are on the top. You see that very briefly, not to go into a completely different civilization, but like 12 Years a Slave, you coming into contact with one character like that just doesn't go well, though, in that situation. And like it'll be a touchy subject, but this is a nuanced topic and this is an adult show. So I'm expecting to not have to hear children in the comments when it comes to more adult topics. So hang in with us, but it's a troubling thing to deal with such a hot topic for one, but two, something that thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people went through in their own capacities. So this show, I'm very curious to see how they will like handle the topics.
Yeah.
You know.
And I mean, I think too, like it seems as if Kettle is trying to make best of it as you could. You know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a farm owner, and he might be rich because he owns a lot of land, but he's a farm owner. He's not like a lord or anything like that.
Yeah.
So the money that he's spending, as long as he doesn't bamboozle these people.
That's the
one.
That's the problem.
That's the one catch. If people are actually becoming free off the work, it kind of makes sense. Let's just say, in this world, he spent like $10K on coin. You know what I mean? Or silver, 10,000 silver coin to buy one of these guys, and that's a lot of money. That could be like a whole year's worth of crops that these guys are going to produce. They produce enough to sell it, and then they can buy themselves back, by giving it to him at that point. So that's like someone who's making the best of the world that they can. If that's how it turns out, and he does it. I don't know. I'm just not keen on trusting people so fast. Is this going to be all like a mind game, like a manipulated, gaslighting thing to get them hooked to think that they're free, when in reality, like, they go out beyond the farmland and the retainers, like, kill somebody. You know what I mean?
And that's the only big problem when it comes to Mr. Kettle. Is my first case is more of a steelman argument, because I don't know.
Yeah.
The more likely scenario, which I could also very well see going, is the guy he had with him. You called him Piter.
They call him like P-A-T-E-R or something.
P-A-T-E-R. Pater. Yeah. What this could be, unfortunately, is also a easy incentive. Hey, I'm not like the rest of these guys. I'm willing to give you your freedom back. We gotta make this legally work so that you guys can get free. I'll be a kind master to you, which is a good incentive structure for a slave if they feel like they can get out of something, to work harder. And then you bring a person as a ploy to be like, you can be like this guy.
He's free, but he still works for me.
And we don't even know if any of that's valid. Like, it could just be a guy who works at another farm who's this, like, idea to make people excited about, to be incentivized. And then, like you said, because slaves, I'm sure, are worth a lot of money. You're not wanting to give them up, so you keep what you see as the property. You make them work to death for this idea, and then maybe you end up selling them at the end of the day, or you keep them, and then you reap the rewards of what he said was going to be their reaping.
For sure.
So but I like that. What's really cool about the show, which is why I said I'm excited, because this is an adult show. They're willing to go to that nuance level to kind of figure out what that silver lining is and weave, and not tell the audience right off the bat, which is really exciting. That's really Vinland's awesome. This episode could have seemed like a nothing episode, but it's not a nothing episode.
It was a something nothing episode.
No, there's so much into it, and here's the scary part: the son. I don't know if those were slaves that he was sleeping with, or just other farmers.
It said you're tenant farmers, so I'm assuming
I don't know.
They're workers.
Yeah, I assume it's, if they're tenants, it's either they're also slaves or
paid workers.
They pay to use the land because it's good farmland,
and they live on
and
that.
they take a portion, give it to Kettle, and then they keep a portion for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of what they said that.
I think that might be the case.
I think that's exactly what they said that Thorfinn and Einar are basically the two. But they just happen to be like a whole family, so that gave them like a house or whatever.
Yeah. It's a little confusing to know the identities of who because of the situation of this farm. There's a lot of workers. It seems like his whole family is working as well, as we saw in the wheat field.
Yeah. It seems that I would lean towards the side too of Kettle being honest, just because the way everyone's kind of like laxed. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like someone is. I can't really think of a nice way to put this, but it's not like someone is driving with the whip, if that makes sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they're not out there like beating people and forcing them into submission to do things. Like, yeah, you have the retainers that are bullies and being like, talking down on someone because they have no power in their own right, but just because they're above someone else, they take that opportunity to exercise that power and shit on someone else,
Yeah, they have a barely higher station than...
Yeah, I mean, it's literally
So they're going to abuse that small amount of power that they were given.
Yeah.
By taking a bite of someone's food ration for the day and being like, fuck you.
I think Thorfinn's demeanor also kind of throws a little shade at some of our ideas, because he's so weird. Like, how he's carrying himself, it could be because of the season 1 trauma, very obviously. But, like, if they were a nicer people, you would think maybe he's a little bit more less chip off the shoulder.
I'm tending to lean the way that I think that he's kind of just broken
As a
after,
person.
because if you think about it, he
lost his goal.
Well, yeah, at a young age, he lost his father. He was stranded on a foreign land, and his only goal and focus in life became killing Askeladd. And when that was taken from him, he wasn't even strong enough to do it at the time, and B, he didn't even get the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So he missed out. So his whole world view and his whole world has crumbled from that point. So I'm leaning on him being just kind of like a passerby. You know what I mean? Not that he's quit on life, like he would choose the unalive route, but that he just merely exists at this point. So, which is good, because one thing I was concerned about going through this episode, I'm like, dang, are we going to miss out on all the progression of Thorfinn, of what has changed for him in these past few years? Like, you know, if he just randomly popped up and now he's like a calm man who can control his emotions and understands like how to operate in the world. Whereas that's not really the case at this, or at least I don't think
he's even more of a shell.
Yeah, he's just become a shell of a person at this
even
point.
more than he was before. Because before he was just an angry shell. Now he is nothing. He's like
now there's literally no emotion to
He's-
it.
He really is just kind of a husk, just doing labor. And then, but the weird part is he's still willing to step in Einar's behalf, telling him not to do something. Like, to a degree, you could say that's him having.
Sorry,
I
that was
fly.
a really big fly.
It's okay. If it's still him having some level of assertion in life rather than letting things just happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's still a trying to have not a comfort, but it's like he's doing the bare minimum to keep his life going and easy a little bit.
That's the thing. He's like a hard worker too. Like, he's always putting the work to get what he wants. He's not good at getting what he wants, and he fails a lot of the time when it comes to that, but he still does it.
Yeah.
I think now he just doesn't have that direction that Askeladd encouraged him to find.
Yeah.
Like, figure out what you want for your life. He just doesn't have that section yet. So for now, it's just the drive of living. Like, that's probably just the goal. Keep doing what he's doing until he hits that marker. Fly, you're pissing me off, dude. Sorry, flew over my face like 3 times while I was having that train of thought. But I'd be excited to see what is the triggering event for him. How much of it will have to be with Einar reminding him of his experiences, like we saw today with the fire.
Yeah.
Like, maybe reliving what he saw as a kid and reanalyzing it as an adult, like dealing with his trauma.
Yeah.
Because now would be a better time to like think back on his life and how he made mistakes, or learn from the lessons he refused to learn from because he just had such a hatred towards the people he was with.
Yeah.
Because Askeladd did drop some like heat words that I don't think he cared to listen to.
I mean, he wasn't in the mood for listening.
No.
It was just how he could kill.
He wasn't equipped.
How he could kill
young.
in the fair one. That's it.
I want to throw handies the most efficient and fair way possible.
Oh yeah.
I do love Einar. He's a very sweet soul. He's very sweet soul. He's very naive.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
He reminds me of Sokka from Avatar.
Yeah,
like
he
a
does
whole
give
lot.
off Sokka vibes. It's funny too because it's like he
doesn't know better, despite having his village sacked twice.
Oopsies.
And should to some degree should know how mankind works.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I think it's funny because even though he's seen such horrors, he's also kind of escaped at least in the slave life, he hasn't really experienced all of that bad of stuff. You know what I mean? He hasn't.
Yeah.
He did get beat.
How belittled man can be to other men.
Yeah,
And he had to witness death on the boat and stuff. Like
yeah, I mean, it's like some stuff has happened, but it's not like he's like lived it for long. Like, it's been like a very short stint, and now he's in this cake situation.
It's been more of a 2D experience rather than
a full immersion.
A self-immersion, yep.
I wonder if he's ever I wonder if he even caught the whole Leaf looking for Thorfinn thing, or is he ever going to bring that up, or is he ever going to put two and two together? You know what I mean? Like, is that going to go anywhere?
Like, hey, you're short and blonde. I heard this guy was looking for a short blonde guy. Did he mean you?
And how much will that even matter? Because Thorfinn already ditched a Leaf already. Like, is that interest still an option or available in Thorfinn's mind? Does he care enough? We still never got any opinions on him and his sister. Like, on his sister and on his mother. I don't think we really mentioned that in season 1 at all. Like, he just doesn't bring them up.
He doesn't even think about them. I mean, in reality, it's been so long at this point. I mean, he doesn't even know who they are.
We don't know if the mom's alive.
Yeah,
I mean, last
she
time we
was
dealt
sick.
with her, she was sick, yeah. And
I mean, the
daughter might be in
probably-
charge.
Yeah, the daughter probably is in charge, and
She could be
married to that dude.
Yeah, she could be married to Halfdan, the guy with the chain whip, whatever.
Well, there was a dude that she was dating, the one that wanted
The
to run
Sokka
off
looking
the water.
guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
The
yeah,
actual
Sokka.
Sokka.
Yeah.
It feels like the comedic relief characters are all going to be Sokka-esque in this show.
Hey, one of the first things I said about the show is that it reminded me a lot of Avatar: Last Airbender. The art style of it reminded me a lot of Western cartoon. Sorry, it's a cartoon.
It's an anime. Shut up.
It's like I'll take the flack for that. One.
Nickelodeon anime.
I'll take the
You
flack
can't
for that
convince
one.
me. Otherwise,
But we got some focus on the son, Olmar, who's
Olmar.
the
Also-
rebellious youth.
Also Sokka.
Oh,
I'll stop talking about Sokka comparisons. I just really like Avatar.
Zuko, the idiot son
He's like
who doesn't want to learn.
Sokka. It's like a combination of both of them.
Zaka.
Sokka.
Sokka. Except everybody on the farm is a sweet Uncle Iroh. The men who drink instead of tea, it's liquor. The father with the wisdom.
Based.
And then the silliness of the parents that were trying to get the farm.
They're going for round 2! Yay! Yay!
He's like, don't you speak?
Bro, I felt so bad for that girl when she was just sitting there and they were like, did our daughter, like, F up? What is this? And she's just like, oh.
Yeah, she's like butt naked.
This is horrible.
Like, come on,
She's
man.
like, come on.
This is
Oh,
mortifying
man.
for her.
And I can't tell if she like actually cared about him and has felt ashamed because she was like, I care about you, but she was like, but you should like totally take the farm.
Yeah,
She should, like totally
Take the farm, take me with you.
just totally let down her
Please.
obsessive parents.
Could you imagine like rooting for your child to have sex?
Dude, no.
That's wild.
I can't.
Like you're like, hopefully she sleeps with this man and they get married.
But I'm sure that's such a real thing. Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
daughter gets involved or a son gets involved with like somebody of like high status, and the parents are like, "You got to marry into this
You
family."
gotta lock that in, boy.
I'm sure that's a thing. I mean, definitely. I just don't. I'm not aware of anyone personally.
True.
But we also met a beautiful baddie,
Oh yeah, the one that stole Einar's
Blondie on the
heart.
carriage.
Yeah. One look and he forgot that he wanted to snitch.
Reiner's trying to be about all her. Einar.
Einar.
Einar's trying to be about all her carriage.
What?
That's not the right term.
No, that's good.
No, I don't want to. I'm not comfortable with that.
Unleash the hands.
What was the
Commence the dap.
paddy wagon? The dump truck. That's what I was going for. There you go, people. Wow, three times the charm.
Paddy wagon?
Shut up.
Bro
I'm
got
done.
locked up.
I'm done.
Bro got locked up for real. Oil me.
I don't know, what,
A
oil
cringe
you?
moment with working title. It's okay. Just move on.
Edit that in. Edit the cringe.
I'll keep it in. Just
title.
move on, please. Help me.
Sam is dead inside.
So,
Just
Kettle's
move on
farm.
from the
No.
fucking bit.
Yeah, but like Omar wants to go and fight. He's so this is one thing we didn't really address in last episode too. The conflict, which I'm guessing it's not resolved between Canute and Harold.
Right.
This is brother or half brother Harold. So they both are fighting for the throne of their father.
Right.
Boyle King.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember what his name was. He had a bunch
Boyle.
of.
I thought when they said King Harold, I thought that was the king's name. So I couldn't
No,
remember.
so it was King Sven who got killed.
Sven,
Yeah,
okay.
Sven.
Yeah.
King Harold is in charge of Norway, like where our Viking show took
The
place.
king
with
of all
Ragnar.
Norway.
But there also is Harold and Canute that are brothers.
Yeah, different Harold.
There's
So
a
many
different
Harolds,
Harold
dude. Dear Lord.
that wants to be the king, and there's a different group backing each. So
And the majority of people like the older brother, not Canute. So Canute's still in his I have to earn people's allegiance phase.
Well, that was as of a couple years ago.
Yeah, so we'll see how
but
it's
he had a good following too.
He did.
They both. I think it was like even, but most people back home wanted Harold. Whereas like people here were fine with Canute.
We'll see how much the avenge of his father worked in his favor with killing Askeladd.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be seeing him soon. The next episode is called Snake. Maybe not that soon. Any last thoughts?
Snake is a character from Metal Gear. I will go into Metal Gear lore for 45 minutes now.
All right,
guys, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel so you can avoid things like that and stay on topics like Vinland Saga. If you want to see gaming reactions, let us know in the comments, and then maybe you'll get to see a Metal Gear Solid video one day with Caleb. But for now, we're gonna punch it. Love ya! Yeah. I was saying oil my body, man, so I could operate. Because I stopped functioning.
Bro, just went.
Man.
He went, oh.
Come on.
Come on. Sam said.